Good afternoon, everyone. Dave here, back in the shop. Got a new acquisition. Got the eFlite P-47 Razorback put out by Horizon Hobby. This is the 1.2 meter size, which is about 47¼ inches, about 1,060 millimeters long, right at 42 inches long. It does come with AS3X receiver plus safe technology. I probably will activate that when I bind it. Also has built-in retracts and flaps. It does have weapon pods on it. However, they're non-functional. Nothing's going to release from the plane, at least not from the factory. You might could modify it yourself and get that to happen. So let's get it unboxed and take a look and see what all it comes with. All right, get everything out of the box. Let's take a quick look and see what all comes with it. Of course, we've got the fuselage, already pre-populated with all of the decals. Most of them I'll put a piece of tape back here to lift up the canopy. However, this one does have a couple of hard plastic thumb catches right here where the fuselage meets up with the canopy top. So not sure if you'll need that plastic tape on there or not. Nice, good, plenty of room in there for your battery. Looks like it's going to mount pretty much all the way forward into the fuselage. Got the AS3X 636A receiver pre-installed, 2 servos. Your control horns are connected up, and you got your clevis already connected to the rudder, so that's good. This does have the 15 size brushless motor on it. Give it a little more power. Get the canopy back over here. Wing is one piece. Comes pre-installed with your flaps. Your clevises for the ailerons, everything is ready to go. It does have ordnance pods. We've got a couple of racks here for rocket launchers. They just slip right on your, it's pretty standard on the eFlite stuff. They just slide right on the rails. It's got 2 500-pound bombs that will attach just a press fit right there onto the wingtip, and then it's got a center pod here for your fuel tank. Comes with one little miscellaneous parts bag that does have all of your machine guns and cannons tubes in there, as well as your propeller nut. It's got the 2-part horizontal stabilizer with a carbon fiber tube that'll go in between them and join it together. Let's get the ordnance back off of here before I damage it for the build. Alright, wires are pre-ran. All your servos are pre-installed. Looks pretty good. Fit and finish wise, some of the decals are peeling up right here, the red ones on the inboard portion. That does have a little peel up on it already. So I'll probably put a little drop of CA down on that. Fit and finish. Got real nice sized wheels on it. These things make it handle the grass with no problems whatsoever. Other decal surfaces look good. Nice and smooth. Does come with a 4-bladed 10.5 by 8 prop. That's pretty standard. I think this is the same prop that's used on the Corsair. The 1.2 meter Corsair, that is. Let's look at the ordnance. That bomb is a nice looking 500-pounder, it looks like. It's a pretty good fit and finish on it. Now this just snaps in onto a rail underneath the wing. It's not going to drop or anything like that. It's purely cosmetics. From what I've read on it, if you fly with it on, you are going to lose some performance. However, with that said, it just looks so darn cool. You got your rocket launch pods here. And it comes with a manual right here. So everything is pretty straightforward on this. I think the build on it will only take a few minutes. So let's take a brief pause here. We'll get it put together, come back and let you take a look and see what it looks like. Okay, we've got the P-47 all put together. Relatively straightforward. 4 screws holding the wings on, 2 screws holding the horizontal stabilizer on, screw on the propeller, slip on the ordnance pods, bind it up to your radio, and you're good to go. I did notice that when I put the wing on, the 2 back screws did not want to line up, so I had to get a little awl, stick in there and kind of wiggle it around, wallow out some of it, and then also sticking the carbon fiber tube through the horizontal stabilizer. There was a little bit of, it looked like over molding of the plastic where the channel is to the vertical portion. So I had to kind of dremel that out a little bit. Other than that, it went together pretty straightforward. I've already bound it up to the radio, so looking forward to getting out there and trying it out. It's very straightforward. If you want to bind it for safe, hook your battery up. First, obviously, stick your bind plug in, hook the battery up. Once the receiver starts flashing orange, remove the bind plug, and then power up your transmitter into the bind mode. At that point, it'll bind up in safe mode. Then, of course, you'll have to go through your radio and set it up. Now, when I just did it, by default, all of the ailerons, rudder, everything was set up correctly. Didn't have to reverse anything. But she looks really good. I like the P-47. I like the Razorback better than the Thunderbolt. To me, the lines on this is just much cleaner. Looks better. The Thunderbolt just looks like a big bubble canopy right there on the front of it in a big jug. So it's just not as appealing to me. But this one looks really good. A little more attention to detail would have been spectacular. Maybe a little black paint down here on the exhaust ports. Maybe a few little blackened lines coming out. One of these days, a model will come from the manufacturer that's already been weathered and has a little more realistic look to it. That'll be a pretty nice endeavor to see that when it happens. But look at the size of these wheels. I don't know if you can see that or not. It translates good on the video at this distance, but those things are pretty big. They're almost as big as the palm of my hand. So this thing should really handle the grass quite well, I think. And again, got these great big rocket pods sticking out and the ordnance up underneath there. Look at that. It's just awesome looking. The only thing to make that better is if they would have hooked up the at least the center drop tank, fuel tank, if they could have made that where it was droppable. But how awesome would it have been to hook up both bombs on the wings to be able to drop them off. This thing, they could have added another $100 to the price tag, and I think people would definitely have paid it. So I think it would have been a mistake on their part. All right, I don't have the prop bolted in good. It's just sitting up there for the demo. But we will call it here, and then we'll get this out at the flight field and give it a maiden. Our weather is just horrendous right now, so it'll probably be 3 or 4 days before I get out there and let it dry out enough. All right, see you out the field.